It's a really good question, and it does come up quite a lot with my clients. So a lot of my clients have described quite disappointing experiences they've had with friends or relatives, actually, who they thought would be a great form of support to them when they're going through this challenging time, and they've had some sort of quite unpleasant experiences. Although there can be positives as well. So I've also had clients who said, this friend I hadn't heard from for ages, didn't realize we were still that close, but she's been a brilliant support, through the divorce. But if you're not getting the support you thought you would, to put it diplomatically, from those that you would expect it from, I think there's a few things I would suggest. So what I tend to say to my clients is, firstly, there's probably a reason why they're feeling awkward. So it's about them, it's not about you. So basically, they may not know what to say. They may not be able to relate to what you're going through. And actually, they don't mean not to be supportive, but actually, they're just not sure how to help you or how to deal with the fact that somebody they know is going through a divorce. So it's their stuff, really. It's not your fault that they are being difficult or unsupportive. A lot of people also have described how they get less social invitations when they're a single person. And I think, unfortunately, even though it's not very nice to think about when you've been friends with somebody for years and years, but people can feel quite uncomfortable around unattached people. So if they're happily married, or they may worry about having that single person there, whether they think that they're going to be some sort of predator, which is ridiculous, I know, and be after their husband or wife, or whether it's that if you're going through a divorce, it starts to make them reflect on, maybe my marriage isn't as happy as I thought it was. And that then, of course, sits very uncomfortably. So clients have explained to me how, certain friends have avoided them, or have been ghosting them a little bit with communication. And I think it's always about their stuff. It's not your fault. It's no reflection on you. But I think, depending on the friendship, call them out on it. I don't mean have an argument about it, but you can say, I've been a bit disappointed. Is there anything wrong? Or it may well be that actually that friendship has served a purpose, and maybe you need to think about moving on from it. So I think people can feel very vulnerable when they're going through divorce and separation. So having support from family and friends is crucial. But it can be difficult when you're not getting the right support from the right people. And people can find it really quite upsetting, but it's not your fault. It's about them. They're worried about, am I not in a happy marriage? Or they just don't know how to react.